Listen, I'm not a pro. I'm just saying you got to protect yourself. This also makes me think of the sleep paralysis episode that I did, which was, I think, the La Pisadeira, which is the Brazilian night hag, and she's the creature that they say causes sleep paralysis because she's like on their chest. But I know that in that episode, and I'll put the link in the description below, but in that episode I talk about a study that was done. Was it somewhere in like Norway or Sweden? I don't know, somewhere like that. They did this like sleep study where they found that people who were under more stress or experienced something traumatic, but like generally stress, they suffered more sleep paralysis than somebody who was under less amounts of stress. I think it is a factor of sleep paralysis. I also do think that sleep paralysis can be spiritual in nature, but and it can be both sometimes, that maybe if you're under stress, it leaves you more vulnerable to a spiritual attack of some sort or a spiritual encounter, if you will. And I even talk about in that episode an encounter that I had when I was sleeping over at a friend's place, and it was just her and I in her apartment. And this was at a really, really, really stressful point in my life. Like, I was going through it. It was really bad. And I had a really intense sleep paralysis. And I just remember waking up and I could hear, I think, what did you say? Did you say chanting? Okay, surrounded by black candles and hearing the three knocks. Okay, so in mine, I could see like fire. So it could have been candlelight. It could have been like a campfire, bonfire style kind of fire, but just that like kind of like flickering, glowing. And I could hear chanting, like multiple voices, like a group of voices. I could hear chanting, like circling. Oh, I just got chills so bad. Oh, I got really scared. I scared myself. Chills, like the voices, like as if they were moving around me and they were chanting, and I could not move. You guys, I can't stop getting chills. I hate this so bad. And I couldn't move. And I finally, when I was able to like snap out of it, I literally like, I'd never moved so fast. It was like I like flew, you know, in a cartoon, when the cloud, the shape of that person is left behind like a cloud. It was that. I flew because I was sleeping in her living room, and I jumped out of the couch that I was on, or the mattress, whatever it was. I jumped out of it and I ran to her room, and I literally just ran and I jumped in her bed with her, like literally like if she was my mom and I was a little kid. And I just got in there, and she was just like half asleep, like, what's going on? And I was like, I had a nightmare. And she was like, okay, yeah, go to sleep here. And I told her about it the next morning because I didn't want to wake her up in the middle of the night. And I wish I had checked the time, but I'm also glad I didn't, because had I seen that it was 3 a.m, I would have just, I would have gone straight to a church. I would have been like, we have to go, take me to a church now. But yeah, I didn't tell her about it until the next day, because I don't want to wake her up and tell her, hey, I just heard this in your living room, and freak her out. But yeah, that was a really, really scary experience. And I've had sleep paralysis several times before, but that is like the really notable one. And again, I feel like it coincides with that stress sleep study or theory or what have you, because again, that was a really tumultuous point in my life. I think that's a good word to use there. Again, you can check out that episode. I'll put the link in the description notes below.